Hi there, and thanks for joining us for KARE 11 News at noon. I'm Alexis Rogers. Big changes are happening in the forecast. Listen, I walked outside because I thought that I was being cute. My hair all over the place. You were going to start to feel the difference from this morning. Temperature steadily dropping.
Yeah, more like plummeting over the next few hours. And it just started over the last, say, half hour or so. The clouds have moved into the Twin Cities metro. Take a look at this temperature graph and you will see the definition of weather whiplash. It's 51 here, 35 in St. Cloud. Wilmer is already dropping into the teens. These are air temperatures. You factor in the wind chill. Wilmer feels like it's 1 below zero. We've got double digits below zero across western and northwestern Minnesota. It's a strong frontal system which is going to work its way from west to east over the next couple of hours, and you can expect temperatures again to plummet later today. You can see we're back below freezing by 4 p.m. It looks like we'll be dropping into the teens to single digits tonight, and yes, even a little window at seeing some snowfall. That swath that's moving just west of Marshall right now, that's going to work its way through the Twin Cities, I'd say between about 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Dusting to maybe up to an inch of snow, but the heaviest stuff, that stays well off to our north and west. Right now, blizzard conditions up the Red River Valley. We'll talk more about our accumulating snow and how long this little blast of cold is expected coming up in a few minutes. Alexis.
Ben, thank you. Right now, Sky 11 is flying over a procession for Burnsville firefighter and paramedic Adam Finseth. It's on its way to Fort Snelling, and community members have been lined up along overpasses and pedestrian bridges to pay their respects. Finseth is one of the 3 first responders killed in the line of duty in Burnsville. At this time tomorrow, the Metro will gather for a public memorial service for Finseth, as well as Burnsville officers Matthew Ruge and Paul Elmstrand. Here's a look at the procession route that's happening after the 11 a.m. service. It leaves from Grace Church in Eden Prairie and takes 169 and Highway 13 to Burnsville through several local streets. It then goes past the Prince of Peace Church before getting back on the highway. Several streets will be closed, and city officials expect heavy traffic and delays in the area tomorrow and are asking people to use rideshare if available. Tomorrow's memorial will also be streamed at Prince of Peace Church in Burnsville. City leaders are sharing their thanks for all of the support. They say the best thing you can do this week is to line the streets for tomorrow's procession or tune in to the service online. You can also watch the service live right here on KARE 11 tomorrow. We will stream the events both on air and at KARE11.com.
We were told last week they would bring some financial packages on Friday. That didn't happen. They are making efforts, but the efforts are not taking things seriously yet.
Today, we know more about the potential St. Paul teachers strike we first brought you as breaking news yesterday. We have less than 2 weeks until that strike would begin if the union cannot reach a deal with the district. CeCe Gaines shows us what that means for students and families.
Hey there. So the union and the district have another mediation session this Friday, but St. Paul educators say that if they can't reach a tentative contract agreement, that they'll hit the picket lines on March 11th. Now, you remember almost 2 weeks ago, over 92% of educators voted to authorize a strike. Many educators voting yes because they want to reduce health insurance costs, increase pay to recruit and retain teachers, and add staff for mental health teams. Union reps say the school district can't afford to give teachers what they're asking for, so it's time for the district to do the right thing. Now, in a statement, district reps say that they're disappointed by this decision, but they are working to figure out some type of contract agreement. Now, if a contract agreement doesn't happen, though, and teachers do end up going on strike, the district says that there will be no school for students. I'll send things back to you.
In the next hour, we're expecting to hear more from the St. Paul Public School Superintendent on contract negotiations. The Twin Cities are also facing a strike from thousands of security and janitorial workers. SEIU Local 26 workers gave companies until Saturday to come up with a better contract or they will walk off the job starting Monday. The union is pushing for better pay and retirement security. Today marks 1 week until Super Tuesday, but in less than 7 hours, voters are headed to the precinct caucus. Michelle Beck explains how it works and why it's significant.
Experts and party leaders from both sides of the aisle are stressing the significance of showing up. A precinct caucus is all about choosing volunteers for political activities, discussing issues that could become the party's official platform, and selecting delegates who'll endorse candidates at future conventions. What's interesting about this year is that as a result of a recent law, roughly 50,000 more people can participate. We're talking about convicted felons who have served their times. We aren't expecting too many people, though. David Schultz from Hamline University says based on his calculations, turnout for the caucus is less than 5%, far less than who's expected to show up at a primary or a general election.
It's a time for you to say, I think a really important issue is, and whatever it is, and to get your party, to get your neighbors to support it and say, yeah, as a party, these are the issues that we care about. So you really, at this stage, get to set the agenda.
So if you are planning to attend, start here with the Caucus Finder tool online. It's how you can find the location for your caucus. In Minneapolis, Michelle Beck, KARE 11 News.
In just over an hour, Minneapolis leaders will hold a public hearing on an ordinance that could determine if Uber and Lyft pull their companies out of the city. The city council proposes rideshare companies pay drivers a minimum of $1.40 per mile and 51 cents per minute while driving someone within city limits. They say it's meant to protect drivers. However, Axios reports Uber and Lyft would leave Minneapolis if the ordinance is passed. It's a threat both companies made last year over similar wage proposals, which were vetoed by Mayor Frey and Governor Walz. New at noon, Macy's has announced downsizing plans and a shift in the focus of its brick and mortar stores. The change includes closing 150 underperforming stores over the next few years. Right now, we don't know if that includes the stores in our area. What we can expect is more smaller versions of stores like Bloomingdale's and Bluemercury. We've heard of surge pricing when it comes to things like ride sharing and even electric bills. But what about your meals? The CEO of Wendy's says the chain will start testing out price changes depending on time and demand. It comes with a plan to add digital menu boards as soon as next year. Those boards will be able to change prices and menu items throughout the day using AI to track things like trending items and even weather. Caring for kids is a big job, but we don't want it to mean you're not caring for yourself. When we come back, Kiara Johnson is here breaking down some moves you can fit into your day. Plus, it's been a while since we've seen this, the latest on Kirk Cousins' recovery.